Farm Stadium in Glendale, Arizona. It's Week 6 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Arizona Cardinals taking on the New Orleans Saints.
Some of those in the silver-haired community would say it's a great day for golf, and it is, don't get me wrong, but we say it's a great day for football, and the roof is wide open here in Glendale at State Farm Stadium. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the New Orleans Saints and the Arizona Cardinals. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
So out come the Cardinals now for their opening drive. And a glance here at their quarterback, standing 6'3".
Okay, I thought there was something to build on in last week's game by his performance. I thought he played fairly well overall. The numbers won't knock your socks off. 2 touchdown passes and an interception. The bottom line, though, they lost.
Yeah.
How does he eliminate that one interception, continue to take care of the ball, and maybe increase the number of times he puts the ball in the end zone with a receiver?
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he's taken down here by the Saints. A bad start there. A big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down.
Well, we knew coming in it was going to be a long afternoon if they weren't able to hold up against this pass rush, huh?
What we didn't know was that protection was going to spring a leak on the first play from scrimmage.
Got after him right out of the gate.
Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. Third down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if I'm going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Here comes the Cardinals punter now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. And that'll be a return of 12 following a very nice punt. And the Saints will have a short field in front of them. They take over here, 1st and 10. So here are the Saints now with great starting field position. And a glance here at the man calling the plays under center, their 6'4" quarterback.
And that's really good field position they were given. Now, nothing's a gimme. We know that. But I know his goal, have the field goal kicker just stay on the bench. They want to put it in the end zone and get 6 out of this one. If they don't, I think it'll feel like a disappointment.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It'll be a Saints first down on a gain of 16 yards.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Our game not even 2 minutes old, but a quick red zone opportunity. 1st and 10 at the 19. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. 2nd and 11 now.
brings up 2nd and 11. At the Cardinal,
They'll drop the throw. They'll roll him out right. Now he'll pull it down and able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high power, you got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
And his kick is indeed good. And the Saints are going to take a 3-0 lead. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So the Cardinals offense back onto the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. And the last drive, their 1st drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession and try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. They'll run for the first time with Clyde Edwards-Helaire. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback on the expected passing situation.
And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here.
Well, the good thing about covering any game I do with you is I know that there's no problem with rhythm. Now, what we're watching offensively, a little bit of a problem there.
Yeah, punt on the 1st drive, looking at another one here. Just a little slow. They were talking about a fast start, but that hasn't been the case.
Yeah, and let's face it, any team we cover always talks about a fast start.
That's true.
But it's not necessarily going to happen just because they say so. And whether it's the script, whether it's, just what they're going through, whether they're seeing different defenses, they're going to have to figure it out as this game moves on.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46.
The Wildcat.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole. One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. He can run for it, and he will. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
That's something you have to be aware of as a defense and have to find a way to account for him. And if you're not going to use a spy, you're telling your guys to keep your eyes on him, because when he breaks out and makes plays like that, all he does is hurt you.
Have to at least be able to contain him somewhat there. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. DJ Chark, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Great corner route there. Not only able to catch it, turn it upfield, and get into the end zone.
It usually involves a little bit of an extra move, doesn't it? You've got to get them thinking that you're moving to the middle of the field and you're breaking away to that corner. Boy, that was well executed.
He's got it, and now it's a 10-0 lead here in the opening quarter. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it all culminates in a Saints touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
The Cardinals take over 1st and 10. at their own 25-yard line.
Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked so well, and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Now a carry for Edwards-Helaire. And a good burst there gets him 7 up to midfield. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game? Maybe establish the run. I think they're trying to do that.
Now I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offense coordinator, let's run the football. Let's get things.
And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack.
That's 3 sacks now, and that's not much of a surprise to me, nor should it be to you. This team, they lead the league in sacks.
Yeah, they do. This is something that we are starting to witness time and time again. And for the Saints here on third down, an extra defensive back on the field. They'll look to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. 5 yards, not enough. And it'll be fourth down.
They dialed up the screen pass on third down, and for a second it looked like it was all going to come together, and they had a chance to pick up a first down, but the defense got there and finished it off.
Call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. So here are the Saints to take over. Remember, they're riding that 5-game winning streak, and right now in the driver's seat in this ball game as well. They'll come out throwing here on first down. Going up top. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So the contact came before the ball got there, and the flag is thrown.
Timing is everything, isn't it? And it's so hard to cover these great receivers. They have such great body control, and they can fake you out. In this case, as you described, got there before the ball got to the receiver. Penalty flag had to come out.
2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's second down.
Well, sometimes as a running back, you've got to be able to improvise when the hole's not where you expect it to be. But in this case, there wasn't any improvisation that he could do that was going to work. Kind of like if you're trying to be a comedian on open mic night at the Improv and you run into a tough crowd.
And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a third and about 5. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He's got his man. That's Hardman. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. A pretty sizable deficit here in the first quarter. This defense will probably need to get off the field in those situations on third down.
And you and I both know in this huddle before that last third down play, that's exactly what they talked about. Let's make a play. Let's get off the field. Let's reverse the momentum. Instead, they got hit with another first down. Almost back to the drawing board.
10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Second down and 3, ball on the 7. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed.
And that's a touchdown, but hold on. There is a flag down on the field. We'll have to see what this is about.
Offense.
So reverse the celebration. We'll see if they have something else in their bag of tricks.
And isn't that always tough to watch when they score and you see the excitement, and then when they realize those points aren't going to count? Can they get it back together and find their way back to the end zone?
Back to throw again. That is caught inside the 5. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick a down, any down, even third down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you had. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. A 2-yard touchdown grab, and the Saints add on to their lead. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
He's got it, and it's 17-0. That time a 9-play drive. And it ends with a touchdown for New Orleans. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will make it into the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
25-yard line.
Out comes this field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. And I guess the question, Charles, is what's the formula for keeping him better protected? Because as we see, the protection, it struggled.
And normally what you get is renewed determination. When the big guy gets hit, that usually sparks people. Hey, we can't let this happen anymore. They take it personally. He's not supposed to be on the ground, but that hasn't been the case so far in this game. So maybe they've got to figure out how do they get rid of the ball faster to help out the offensive line so he doesn't get hit as much.
And we'll see if they can keep him off the ground now going forward. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a 1st down. Closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up. This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
And that is incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to have to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
The danger of a punt that good, a 16-yard return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. They are just putting things together so well here, drive after drive. They really have captured the momentum, haven't they?
They've taken momentum and pretty much not just give them a jersey, but a seat on the bench as well. Whatever do you need, you've got it, because the way they're stringing things together and creating that distance between them and their opponent, it's really hard to narrow that gap. And the other part is they're taking their spirit away from them, too.
And now they're just looking to add to that total. Now a handoff here to his running back. Up from the secondary to make the tackle, Jalen Ramsey.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. That good for 22 and a 1st down.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Flush to his right. to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal. They'll give it to Chubb. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Nick Chubb. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Saints now add 6 to their lead.
Well, they decided to run it in and got it done on 3rd and goal. A lot of times, that's a passing play.
The kicker just has to come out for the PAT. He can breathe a sigh of relief as well, right?
Although I don't know if he's really breathing a sigh of relief. I think he likes to put 3 points on his ledger.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19-yard line.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. And for him, it's been pretty limited involvement. Down on the scoreboard, maybe time to turn to this guy.
And you know me well. Winning games to me means starting with the running game and continuing to press the running game. Maybe you go away from him a little bit now, but the bottom line is he hasn't touched it enough to make a difference.
Well, they haven't established that running game yet. And he's taken down here by the Saints.
Down and sacked.
That's number 4. Sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
Partner, they say the eye in the sky does not lie. And that's indeed the case because they watched the game tape from the previous week, incorporated it into their own defensive scheme, and continued to get after this quarterback.
And now this defense will be searching for sack number 5. The Cardinals on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. That's going to bring up 4th down. Only a gain of 2 there.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
So a good punt, but a solid 12-yard return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The New Orleans offense set to take over. They've really distanced themselves. They have put the pedal to the metal, I guess, so to speak.
So definitely have them in the rearview mirror, don't they? I mean, you're exactly right. Being able to string together these drives that end up in points, it's almost like a run in basketball to create that distance, and they're on a really big-time one right now.
It becomes contagious, doesn't it?
It absolutely does, because oftentimes it translates to your defense as well, because they're excited about getting the ball back for their offense that's playing so well.
Well, they are clicking right now. 3rd down, now even tougher. 3rd and 13 after that loss of a yard.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. And he is going to have a Saints 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Rolling to his right. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And here he'll get it down to the 7. A nice little screen. They get 6 on first down. His pass caught at the 4. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Saints just continue to roll.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
And the route is on here in this first half. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it all culminates in a Saints touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will make it into the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. And the Cardinals getting set to trot out there now. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops, and if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially give me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's third down. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks. A few teams starting to rise to the top as it's time to take you around the NFL here in Week 6.
There you have it. Halftime quickly over. Third quarter, here we go.
Harrison Butker is
set now to go for the third quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the third quarter. And last time out, another touchdown. And I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the... Fourth quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this one's just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? Who? You and me, trying to get to the airport.
That's
the roads
true.
will be fairly clear by the time we have to leave the booth.
And all the way down to the 29. A big hitter. That one goes goes for 40 yards. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level, because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
They showed off the athletic juke. Good little gain there. Not a whole lot of real estate, but a nice carry.
Yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And he's going to be stopped up just short of the first down at the Cardinals' 15-yard line. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second-half blowout material.
And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. He was 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. And he'll give it here to his running back. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a 1st and goal.
A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll bring up a 2nd and goal.
I just wonder if before that last play, if someone on the defense stepped in the huddle and said, we've been run over, run around, run through all game long. Can we come up with...
And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. A great effort there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Saints are pouring it on.
The kicker on for the point after.
On that sideline, they're saying that was more like it. The first down run went backwards, that time into the end zone.
And I like their little bit of courage in play calling, too. Because after an unsuccessful run, especially one where you lose yardage, you oftentimes go right to throwing the football. They came right back with a running play, and it paid off handsomely.
Taken about 7 yards deep, and no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Cardinals offense now ready to get their first opportunity here in the second half. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up. Yeah. Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
57 to Mike. 57 to Mike. I got one.
And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give.
And he'll work free from 1 tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down.
Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And it's a unit last drive that did it all on the ground, Charles.
And they controlled it from the interior. Big on big, right? Offensive lineman versus defensive lineman. But, you know, in order to keep the football moving downfield, other people have to get involved as well. Your wide receivers, your tight ends, lead runners, anything that you have possible to get in front and keep the ball moving.
And now the defense may be looking out for a pass coming up. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
When this offense gathers to watch the tape, they're going to like a lot of what they saw. They put up big numbers, but they might fast forward through that last play.
Oh, there won't be any fast forwarding, partner. I've sat in those sessions before. You end up spending more time on the bad plays than you do on the good ones. It's just the nature of coaches. But I know sitting in that room, when you've had a big game, the night that they've had, you don't want to hear that. You just want to focus on the good stuff. Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. Back to throw now on 1st down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Phoenix, Arizona's the spot. Glad to have you along for the ride. 3rd quarter action, and a 2nd and 10 upcoming. A throw over the middle, taken in, and he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
They'll look to throw again. And he's unable to haul it in, so it falls incomplete over the middle third of the field, and that brings up 4th. Maybe just a lack of concentration there as he couldn't haul it in.
And when you're going across the middle like that, you know, he's running that drag route, you are conscious of all the bodies and the traffic in there. But let's face it, if you're going there, you might as well come down with the football and absorb whatever else happens after that.
The open man is Shark. It's complete. And down inside the 15 he goes. A big pickup of 12 yards on 4th down to keep this drive from stalling.
Well, the field goal attempt was well in hand. They had that, but they decided to go for it anyway. Extreme confidence, it looks like.
Yeah, but I bet the defense is going to remember this one, right? They kind of rubbed their nose in it. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. So that drive goes 8 plays. And it ends with a touchdown for New Orleans. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Now a dump off here complete. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. 6 yards on the pickup, and it'll make it a 2nd down.
4 at the 31-yard line.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. They'll set up a throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. He has been consistent, hasn't he? He played well in the first quarter, good second quarter, and now continuing that here in the third.
And that's the word that they're always seeking from the guy taking the snaps, is consistency. Taking care of the ball, making sure it gets to the right people, no errors, right? Not turning it over, and just doing all the right things. That's leadership, and it inspires confidence in a team.
Yeah, been a good leadership and a good distributor. Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. Welcome back to the desert. We're in Glendale. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. And this is a blowout so far as we get set. Touchdown, New Orleans. They seemingly just continue to score at will, and as great as it's been for the offense, you got to feel for that defense down there.
I love how you use the word will, because both teams came into the game with the will to win, but one team has obviously imposed its will on the other and broken them, because what we're seeing right now, wow, that's a defense that's in tatters after what they faced in this ball game.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead will swell by one more. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Now this will make it into the end zone, and this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The football going back over to Arizona now.
And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points. You feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. CeeDee Lamb is intended target, and that'll bring up second down.
10 at the 25-yard line.
He goes to Lamb again. This time he's got it. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. The Cardinals on third down, as bad as you can be. 0 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Open man Lamb. It's complete. And he is going to have a Cardinals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 18 on that one, and the Cardinals have a first down.
10 at the 46-yard line.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And he's taken down here by the Saints.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury.
That's right, baby. They don't want it. Let's go.
Now this one complete on the slant route.
The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he is going to have a Cardinals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
That's trash. That's trash. 34's the mic. 34's the mic. He's coming. Check it.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
CeeDee Lamb is intended target.
And that'll make it third down.
You got it.
Looking to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
The quarterback sacked.
Offensively lucky they're able to keep the football, but now fourth down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. One, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But two, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And a very short pickup there across the 15 to the 16. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. That's Yannick Ngakoue with a sack. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? The quarterback gets hit.
The Saints on third down. They've been tough to stop. 8 for 10 so far. This is 3rd down and 12.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. 8th catch for him now. He's been a big factor. And it's a first down.
And the Saints, first down.
He'll look to throw. Flushed out right. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. The wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down.
They're still throwing the football here. Now, obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down.
Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game against them, but tally that one on the side of the defense.
Do you think maybe, possibly, it could be a little bit of a changer for them? Maybe not a game changer, but a little bit of a momentum one that maybe they can string together some pretty good plays and slow them down.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45.
And we are inside at 2. Minutes left in this lopsided affair.
So it's Saints football as we get you reset. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play. Unable to connect in that attempt.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down. Now back to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
They're certainly not letting up on the pressure in this one. And oftentimes you hear this expression, all gas, no break from defenses. But in this case, it's the offense still throwing the football up big in the fourth quarter.
And he takes it down to the 10-yard line.
Complete.
That one good for 17 yards, and now they've got it first and goal.
Well, we know he has pretty good hands on display there. In fact, he only needed one of them.
Yeah, nowadays, all these receivers work on this, right? They do the one-handed catches off the machine in practice. They do it with their quarterbacks. They do it contested, uncontested. They make it part of their repertoire.
The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. They'll come out in the pistol. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
Well, business as usual for them. Well on their way to another victory. Riding a serious wave of momentum from what we've seen. And so far, they haven't met their match. So if you're going to play this team in the future, your mission is clear. You better be ready to play and match their firepower.
Point after, right down the middle. And that will extend this big lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Now this will make it into the end zone, and it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt a return.
Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, they're... could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense. Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score. They're not going to win this one. Right now, they're playing for pride and fantasy points.
And just to erase that goose egg, nobody wants to be shut out. Now a nice play defensively on first down as this is knocked away and incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
And he comes back with one complete. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. That'll leave him with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now. Here comes the Cardinals punter now, as he's on here to punt it away. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35.
Their own 32-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started as they try to finish things off in this 4th quarter, and that current 5-game win streak looking like it's going to go to 6.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So the game will continue for at least one more play.
To not finish a game on a defensive penalty, that's why they get one more untimed attempt.
A good starting spot for the Saints as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45.
26, Mike. 26.
the gun. They'll look to throw. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
So this one a victory here for New Orleans. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one, and that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory.
So for the Saints, they remain as hot as anyone at 6-0 now through the first month and a half. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Atlanta to take on the Falcons. Meanwhile, for Arizona, they drop below 500 to 2-3 with a loss. And they'll look to get back on the beam next week as they host the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.